Join in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag, States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, indivisible, justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Julie Nichol. Here. Pete Kaczmarski.
Here.
Brian Milkey.
Here.
Steve Bastian.
Here.
Mike Johnson.
Here.
Nancy Vanderkamp. Here.
Reading of the minutes from the Common Council meetings held on. The regular meeting was August 12th. Any corrections, additions, deletions for the minutes? Otherwise, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
That motion.
Motion by Nancy.
Second.
Second. Steve, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. No public hearings scheduled this evening. Point of the agenda, persons wishing to address the Common Council. Anybody in attendance wish to address the Common Council? Jason?
My name is Jason Westfall. I live at 201 Young Street here in Waupun. I don't have anything really prepared. I just wanted to talk to you guys. I'm sure you've all seen the letter that was sent out. But if you're not familiar, my property is pretty much surrounded by the old Washington grade school or Meadowview grade school that you guys have acquired all that property. So my concern as a homeowner is somewhere down the line, being strung out or, having everything on all three sides of me developed and in my house sitting there. And the purpose of that letter was just kind of to protect myself out in the future if something did have to happen. But I wanted to let the council know my wife and I have decided that probably going to end up moving or trying to sell the house. So I would assume, and it's just an assumption, that based on where the house is located, that there would be some desire as you're developing everything around it to maybe obtain that property. I wanted to let you guys know that it is going to be going up for sale here shortly. Interested in the property, I guess now would be the time or soon when it's going to be going up for sale, because if somebody buys it, I don't know, there's no guarantee that they'd want to actually sell it to the city later if they approach. Just wanted to throw that out there and make you guys aware of everything. I guess obviously my opinion as the owner of that property is, I'm kind of being surrounded by development and future plans to develop. I see it as only fair to get some sort of value out of my property, or at least get the fair market value before there's apartment stores or whatever abutted right up against my property. That's all I really had to say at it. You guys know where to get me, I think.
Sure,
So.
we've been there.
Okay.
Thank you for letting us know about
Jason.
that.
I am Robert Westra. I live at 18 Pine Drive. I also own a property at 910 Beaver Dam Street. I've lived there for 36 years. When I bought it, I expected the city to expand that way, which it hasn't because of the high rock in that area. I have a prospective buyer for the property, but it would require a new well. Even though the water tests okay, the water does not meet state specifications as are required for their mortgage. I have obtained a cost estimate from MSA Engineers, for which I paid for, to install sewer and water to my property. Their estimate was $275,000. This is far more than what that property is worth. This is an unusual situation, as I have a farm field between me and Hazel Street that nobody wants to develop. Doesn't look like anything is going to happen in the near future. I thank the council to hear me and give this matter careful consideration that's coming up on your agenda. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Any other one wish to speak this evening? Hank? Good? Okay, I'll close public participation, and we'll move on to the board, committee, and commission meeting minutes. Any changes, corrections to any of the minutes that anybody would like to bring forward? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion that we approve the board, committee, and commission meetings.
I'll make that motion to approve those minutes.
Okay, moved by Julie. Second by Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Consent agenda, communications, Police Chief Dale, any?
Things. I wanted to acknowledge the donation that was given about this morning, a few months ago. Very supportive of the police department. They went through the police academy and did little projects with us. She donated $300 to the department to use firearms with the very nice that she did. Over this last weekend, not attend because of River Church on Fox Lake Road had a law enforcement acknowledgement picnic where they offered our the movie Courageous, enforcement family type movie, and all picnic. Several of our officers did attend, and that was a very nice. Forced. Number 12, was it Angie? He's sworn in on the 12th, and he starts on the passed all his background. Psychological goal. Fireman, event, clock, Chambers, 4. Friday at 2.
Oh, yeah.
Did you want
Wanna bring
to
up
mention
your-
monthly guys?
Dodge County law enforcement executive having a dedication for the Dodge. But he's able to attend that. They're going to have a little ceremony for the memorial.
Angie, can we have people email you or just get in touch with you? We have a number of people we can
Sure.
contact. We'll go
Gonna
over.
attend that.
I believe Thursday they also have the open house for American Inn,
Yes, from 4 to 7.
4 to 7. So you have to go there that first. We can probably go there and then over to the memorial.
And then they have the silent parade, Juno.
Okay. Are we in that this year? Do we know?
Buy it long enough.
Good, thank you. Fire Chief, Emergency Government Director, EJ.
Just a reminder, October 5th through the 11th is Fire Prevention Week this year. This year's focus is on smoke alarms and basically your monthly checks and the battery when you change your clock. Cell to be handed out during our delivery smoke alarm check that we do.
Thank you. City Clerk, Angie.
I actually did a report I did actually get around to doing one. I just kind of put a bunch of things down regarding the, more on the recreation part. Like the pool, you were kind of asking regarding revenue of the pool will be brought in, and that's all on your iPads there too. Elections coming up, November 4. That should be quite a large turnout compared to the primary, which was only 17%.
Thank you. Library Director.
Nothing to add, Mayor.
Nothing? Okay. Okay. Director of Public Works, Dick. Bob on Utilities, Randy. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda reports.
That motion?
Motion by Nancy,
Second.
second by Julie, all in favor? Aye. So carried. Under new business, it's early, but we've been getting some calls already on the trick-or-treating hours for 2014. Angie, do you have a little information on it?
I just looked back at what we did last year, and it was 4:30 to 6:30 on Halloween day. This year, Halloween falls on a Friday. There is no school that day. I don't know if Dale has any concerns on time of day or when it gets dark.
4:30 to 6:30 you're going to use?
That's when we did it last year.
There hasn't.
I don't know if anyone's had complaints from it last year, if you remember. Anything with people working till later and they'd rather have it later. I don't know if it gets too dark then. We had it later on. Didn't recall any
I
complaints.
never had anything.
Weather wasn't the weather kind of crummy last year? I don't recall.
It rained early.
We do get a lot of requests at this time. That's why we kind of usually bring it in September. We've already got quite a few questionnaires on when we're having ours. I think Brand and other places will try to coordinate a different day, surrounding us, but.
Is 2 hours enough?
I think that's what we've typically always done.
Yeah.
It's just 2 hours.
I think that's what it's been in the past.
Yeah. They can't load up in 2 hours.
Just looking out for the little guys and girls out there.
The schools are off, but is that by time for parents, or was it Saturday last year? Did we have it?
Thursday.
Or was it
Thursday.
Thursday last year.
We do have early release on Thursday, and I know people wouldn't want like it at noon or nothing like that because they work. And that was kind of the question last year. Do we hold it later in case people are working till 5? But then 5 to 7, is that getting too late?
Want it on Friday, 31st?
I personally did not receive any calls for or against, and that's what I'll base my opinion on, I guess, is to continue to have it on Halloween, especially with the school being off, for the times listed at 4:30 to 6:30.
I'd make that motion.
Motion by Mike, second.
Second.
Second by Julie. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Donation to the American Legion, their national tournament team. Last email I sent out to you, talked to Bob Petroli, I believe it was a week ago, and they were still in need of about $4,000. I did get a couple comments back as far as what felt would be appropriate to help out the Legion with their expenses. So I guess I'm open for suggestions or motion to support in a certain amount.
I'm not part of Park and Rec, so if I'm wrong, correct me, please, those that are members, but my understanding is the amount we have been traditionally contributing to baseball-type programs has been about $1,500.
$1,500 to $3,000, depending upon what they asked for at that time. Mm-hmm.
That's primarily youth baseball.
Like
Well,
girls
it's-
softball.
Softball.
Right,
and
it's primarily, but it goes towards the fields or,
Boosters.
yeah.
Yeah, it's primarily the youths. I mean, Legion's not included with that. They basically
I understand,
run it all.
but I'm just using it as a number to associate.
You guys threw in how much? Noted that the firemen had already had contributed some already, and I just was curious, and so. I know we talked about the last time was what, covering 4, wasn't it?
No, that's how much they were,
Well, that's what it was.
that's how much they were short, but I'm sure that you're going to continue to raise some funds through some of their other fundraising opportunities, so.
I don't want to diminish any of the other programs, and I like the $1,500 figure personally to keep it comparable because it's just as important for the young persons as well as these young adults. At least my opinion.
Good point.
I think that's a good point.
Good point.
We do the same thing for like gridiron.
Gridiron, hoopsters,
Boosters,
Yeah.
gridiron, we do
Soccer.
soccer,
sometimes the wrestling,
yep.
hunter safety.
But this
A little bit
1,500
less
will
for
be,
hunter
This is-
safety.
this is going to be above and beyond what we would give normally to the youth people as well. So that would be part of that. I think it'd be a worthy.
1,500, I would be,
I'd entertain a motion. I mean, any other, a motion, and then we have some more discussion if you'd like.
I'll make a motion for $1,500.
Motion by Pete,
second.
second by Julie. Further discussion?
Good idea.
Angie, roll call, please.
Julie Nickel,
Aye.
Pete Kazmarski.
Aye.
Brian Milky.
Aye.
Steve Bastian.
Aye.
Mike Johnson.
Aye.
Nancy Vanderkin.
We move down to ordinances and resolutions and ordinances. Ordinances 14-05 to amend Chapter 12 entitled Public Utilities. Wellhead Protection Ordinance permitting of new wells within the municipal boundaries. We create 12.034 entitled Private Well Abandonment. This was at the Utility Commission and also at the Committee of the Whole meeting, and my understanding, it did move forward from the Committee of the Whole with a recommendation for approval. This will be a first reading this evening. First reading this evening. So I would entertain a motion for ordinance 1405.
I'd make a motion to
First reading this evening.
I'd make a motion to approve ordinance 1405 to amend Chapter 12, Public Utilities.
For the first reading.
First reading.
First reading only.
I would second.
Second by Ryan. Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, may I ask Mr. Westra to come up to the podium and ask him some questions, please? Mr. Westra, what's the current state of the septic there, and how old is it?
It hasn't been inspected at this point. Waiting to see what we can do with a well.
Have you had any work done recently with the septic?
Just what I did myself, I put some new manhole things up.
Okay. Have you attempted to contact the farmer that abuts your property to the west and to the north recently to see if they would be interested in development?
It was about 5 years ago. There was a party that looked at it. They dug, I don't know, 7, 8 test holes through that whole length of the property. And they said no way would they do anything with it. And so it wasn't the farmer, it was before he bought it. The farmer is not interested in
So you've had those contacts with him recently?
a year ago.
Thank you. As I stated previous meeting, I think this does open up the potential for a lot of things. One being opening up the rest of the city. They have municipal wells on both residential and businesses. I think that potentially has a can of worm effect. I went on the DNR website, and found the template for preparing wellhead protection plan for municipal wells. Page 4 of this, and I'll quote, does state that I highlighted, as a minimum, a 1,200-foot radius must be used as the area to be incorporated as a wellhead protection area, unquote. What I'm referring to is the water tower and well of the DCI is well within that 1,200 feet. I believe if the city votes this in, that it could potentially lead to us being included in any litigation if there's a problem with their DCI facility, with their well.
I guess a question, I mean, for Dan, as far as, and maybe Randy, the 1,200 feet rate, is that for new, or is that existing?
Concern prior to this, and I did contact the state. I talked to the local state representatives, and those representatives also talked to Eric Sandy. He's the project manager for state corrections. In his email to me, he stated that the state does not take any exception to a well at this address. They consider this a replacement in kind of the existing well. You have that in an email form, and I did forward that on to. So in answering that, I protected ourselves from that concern.
My question is to Dan on that comment. Is that going to be something that's going to absolve us from future potential litigation? It's just an email from someone that...
No, I don't think just the email would absolve us, but as we had this discussion at the committee level, and my opinion is that this will not appreciably increase the likelihood that we'd be drawn into litigation with the state. And keep in mind that any kind of new well that's put in has to be approved by the state also. They still have to meet the state requirements. Again, you never say never, I don't want to, lawyers get together at least once a year, municipal attorneys, to talk about these things, and every year we're surprised about something that goes on, so I never say never. But no, in my opinion, I think most of the municipal attorneys would not be concerned that this would raise the likelihood that we're going to be joined in any kind of lawsuit with the state.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, there is a motion for the first reading only for ordinance 1405. Roll call, please.
Julie Nickel.
Aye.
Pete Kazmarski.
Nay.
Brian Milky.
Aye.
Steve Bastian.
Aye.
Mike Johnson.
Aye.
Nancy Vanderkin.
Aye.
So that was for first reading. It'll be scheduled once again at the October Common Council meeting for second reading and adoption. Item number 2, under resolutions and ordinances, resolution 9-9-14, authorize the sale of transmission assets to the American Transmission Company, LLC. This was also at both Utility Commission and the Committee of the Whole with the recommendation to approve the resolution. Entertain a motion to approve resolution 9-9-14-01.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Nancy.
I'll second.
Second by Ryan. Any discussion, comment? Other information? Roll call, please.
Julie Nickel.
Aye.
Pete Kazmarski.
Aye.
Brian Milky.
Aye.
Steve Bastian. Mike Johnson.
Aye.
Nancy Vanderkin.
Aye.
The next two items, we actually took action on both of those resolutions in May. When we applied for the state trust fund loan for the loan financing for the hotel in tip number 5, on the same application, we also applied to refinance an existing loan with the state trust fund, which we could obtain a better interest rate. We had made application for both of those, the refinancing and the loan, on a single application, and we received communication from the state trust fund loan that they preferred that there would be separate resolutions and separate applications for action on the refinancing on the loan itself. So this is somewhat of a redo, so to speak, that we have prepared two separate resolutions, one to ratify the loan for the purpose of financing the hotel development incentive in the amount of $700,000. That'd be resolution 9-9-1402. And then the second resolution, or the third resolution this evening, is 9-9-1403. And that would be the resolution for the purpose of refinancing a current outstanding loan in the amount of $291,000. So the funds have obviously already been received, they've been dispersed, and so it's more of a formality for us to go back through at the request of the state trust fund to approve the application and the resolution for the loan, and just to reapprove the resolution for the hotel development loan. So that's pretty much it. I entertain a motion to approve resolution 9-9-1402, and then as a one motion to ratify the resolution for the hotel development loan.
Want them done separately?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to ratify resolution 090914-02.
A second.
Second by Julie. Roll call, please.
Julie Nichol.
Aye.
Pete Kazmarski.
Aye.
Ryan Milky.
Aye.
Steve Bastian.
Aye.
Mike Johnson.
Aye.
Nancy Vanderkin.
Aye.
Resolution 9-9-1403, resolution for loan for the purpose of refinancing current outstanding loan in the amount of $291,281. We have 4 years remaining on that loan, and after 5 years it drops down the interest rate, so we're getting a better interest rate on this outstanding loan, so to save us some interest over the next 4 years. So I entertain a motion to approve the application and resolution for this.
I'll make that motion to approve resolution 09-09-14-03 for the resolution for the loan
And the application.
and the application.
I'll second.
Second by Ryan. Roll call, please.
Julie Nichol.
Aye.
Pete Kazmarski.
Aye.
Ryan Milky.
Aye.
Steve Bastian.
Aye.
Mike Johnson.
Aye.
Nancy Vanderkin.
Aye.
Payment of the bills. Questions, comments on the bills of the month?
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Motion by Mike,
Seconded.
second by Nancy. Roll call, please.
Julie Nichol.
Aye.
Pete Kazmarski.
Aye.
Ryan Milky.
Aye.
Steve Bastian.
Aye.
Mike Johnson.
Aye.
Nancy Vanderkin.
Aye.
Temporary Class B retail license, the Waupun Hockey Association for Hockey Unlimited. And then there's also another one that was filed today by Waupun Festivals, Inc. for the Street Life, which is a band, the Milwaukee Bucks House Band. They'll be performing on the 27th at the auditorium. So I'd like to include that one in the motion to approve the retailer's licenses. We won't have another meeting between now and that event. So
Make that motion.
second for the two licenses. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Thank you. Any other business? Otherwise, you don't have a specific closed session business this evening. still preparing some information as far as the developments, some of the developments that having some discussions with, and also some of the personnel issues. But I think some of that can wait until the committee of the whole meeting at the end of the month. I think we'll have more information for us to discuss. So,
Should I make a motion to adjourn?
a motion to adjourn would be in order. Nancy,
Second.
second by Julie. All in favor?
Aye.
All carried. Thank you.
I'll look, as mentioned, I've looked up in the ordinances, and there's nothing in there for decibels on residential, to find a little different.